morning, good afternoon, and good night wherever you are. Welcome to my creative life. I'm Key, and right now I'm going to deliver to you another universal message. Now, I'm super excited to share this message with you guys because I have been receiving a lot of downloads lately, and I figured it's time to share the message with you. As always, the space is already blessed. Everything that I do is in nothing but love and light and higher guidance, and it's for all of our highest goods collective. Okay, so with that being said, let's see what the universe has in store for us. Okay, what guidances, affirmations, and confirmations does the universe want us to know? And I'm using my Isis deck here, my Isis Oracle deck. So Goddess of 10,000 Names is coming out, and this is letting me know that there are some labels that you're about to stop wearing. Okay, there's some labels that you are about to stop wearing. There's some descriptions and some things that people have been associating you with that you're about to end. You're literally about to bury those old names, bury those old descriptors, and coming to something new. Okay, you're about to come into something new. So proper burial for freedom. For some of you, this may mean that you're moving on from a current occupation into a new occupation. You're making life changes. This means that maybe you're moving, maybe you're getting something new as far as a car, or maybe you're changing homes, or there's a big project that you're about to do. Maybe it's a makeover as well. So you are now moving into a new level of self. Okay, so we're looking for those upgrades, whether it be spiritual upgrades, whether it be materialistic upgrades, occupational upgrades. But yes, you are coming into something that is brand new. And with this level up, you're going to have to get rid of old patterns. Okay, you're getting rid of old patterns so that you can be who you actually are. Okay, so we have the soul retrieval card here. So you're about to heal. You're about to get rid of those old things. You're about to end old patterns and come into something that is more representative of who you actually are. Okay, so if there are relationships that you've been questioning whether these relationships work for you or whether they are true to your authentic self, you're about to be making some big decisions, and it's important for you to ask the universe to help you and guide you in making these decisions with your relationships, with your new jobs, whatever life changes that you are going through. Okay, so these people, they wanted you to be the old you, but it seems like you're about to be the new you. Okay, stay true and be in your power. We were just talking about authenticity. Okay, staying true and being in your power. So from what I'm seeing is you've been receiving a lot of kind of a little bit of tension from people, where it's like, oh my gosh, like, you're this person, you're this person, you're this person, and they've been describing you as someone who you are no longer, being. Okay, they're like, oh, I remember when you used to be like this, I remember when you used to be like that. They're not accepting that you have up leveled. Okay, you have leveled up, you have grown, you have changed, you have shifted, you have upgraded yourself. You are no longer this person who you used to be. There are people who want you to stay the same. They want you to stick to what they know of you, and you're like, no, I'm no longer this person. I'm telling you, like, that was the past. I'm focused on my future, and I'm focused on an actual spiritual journey. I'm focused on growing from the inside out. I'm looking towards enlightenment. I'm no longer trying to be a part of this old dynamic, these old paradigms anymore. That's what you're saying. That's what spirit is trying to acknowledge within you as well. You are no longer this person that people used to think that you were. And there are some things that you are going to give up, whether that is an old job or old relationships or something that is large, as in a house, a car, something that has energy that's attached to it that you no longer resonate with. Okay, we have the Eye of Horus, awakening divine perception. Okay, so your third eye is open, collective. Your third eye is so open. You have been receiving messages that maybe you could not have understood them at the moment, but Here's your confirmation. Those messages that you've been receiving them for a reason. You might have been receiving them in your dreams. You might have been receiving random urges, random inklings. You might have been wanting to travel to a place that you've been to before, but with a new awakened perception. This is for a reason. You are collecting your soul. You are taking your power back, okay? So there is some situations that have held you in, like, frequencies that no longer resonate with you. There are people who are sending energy your way thinking that you are receiving it a certain way, and it's just rolling right off of your back. This is what happens when you go through an awakening of your soul. There's just things that no longer serve you, and you're now gaining more understanding of who you actually are. So at this time, you may be wanting more peace. You may be wanting to meditate. You may be wanting to spend more time in nature, just so that you can be within yourself and nurture this enlightened being that you are. Some people won't understand. And that's natural. Not everybody is meant to understand everything about you. This does not mean that you will be isolated and lonely for a long time. It just means that you will see your relationships in a new light. The universe is saying that if there is something or people that are pushing you to be in toxic situations, whether it's drinking, smoking, drugs, partying, things that lower your vibration, if there are people that are trying to lure you into lower vibrational activities and you just keep hearing yourself say no, 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 please honor that intuitive guidance that you have within you that's telling you that this is no longer who I am. This is no longer what I want. You're about to be on another level of expression with yourself, okay? And people will not be able to name you. They're not going to recognize you. They're not going to recognize you anymore. These people are not going to recognize you. They're going to be like, oh my gosh, such and such, you have changed. You're no longer like this. At first, they're not going to believe that you're no longer indulging in those activities, the familiarities that they have with you. But that's fine, because truly their opinions do not matter of you, okay? As long as you're doing something that is healthy for yourself, outside influence should not be something that changes you or destroys your integrity, okay? So you're moving into a more stable resonance with yourself and with your beliefs, okay? The battle is over, okay? Literally receiving that message right now. The battle is over. The search for self is over. It's now time for you to be yourself rather than search for who you are and find who you are. You're no longer doing this identity thing of, I don't know what I am, I don't know what to do. You're now standing firm in who you are, okay? So you might be having a lot of feelings of deja vu. Whenever you have those feelings of deja vu, please note them, because they're going to be important. You might also be seeing a lot more synchronicities. The numbers that are coming through is of course, most popular one, 1111. I'm seeing 333, and you might be seeing 3 9s as well. You're moving into a different cycle of yourself. It's like now you're spiritually maturing. That's what's going on. You're spiritually maturing, okay? So if you've been feeling like, oh my gosh, people just don't get it. Like, people are not getting it. The struggle is not real. Like, the struggle is over. The struggle is no longer, okay? I'm no longer giving my energy to my problems. You're no longer giving your energy to your problems, and that's something that's really tough. And these people, they don't want to see that you're actually moving forward and you're no longer cutting yourself short. You used to cut yourself short. You used to say, well, my problems are everything. You prioritized your problems. You allowed people to pull and tug you in ways that you would never actually want to be in, because you thought that was the right thing to do. These people wanted to be the authority over you and your divine communication, okay? So I'm seeing a lot of like throat chakra activity, okay? You've been feeling blocked off from expressing your emotions because you just feel like there's no one who actually gets it. That is going to change. You're going to be able to express who you are and communicate with what you truly feel like is your inner being, what your intuition is saying. So you're no longer having to be a part of a facade. You're seeing through things a lot more, okay? You're seeing through things a lot more. Maybe you haven't been able to say it recently, but that's going to change, okay? Yeah, Three of Pentacles. What you've been creating in spirit and what you've been feeling in spirit will start to materialize, okay? You're going to be coming into a community or a people who can understand you, and the universe really wants you to recognize that no matter what, you attract more of who you are. So the people that are going to come forward to you, you will resonate and you will recognize that resonance with the feeling of calmness, with the feeling of trust. There's no more snakes in the grass. No more snakes in the grass. What you've been creating, what you have been sowing, and right now I'm being reminded of the three fates. I believe that's Greek mythology, but all of these strings here, what you are creating, what you are actually sowing here will be given to you, okay? So it is now time to be really, really attentive to your intentions and focus on what you're thinking about. It's universe is like, no more thinking of how do I think positive. No more thinking of, oh my gosh, how do I change this? No more questioning it. It's now time to think as the version of yourself that you are, okay? No more battling with what people say you are or what people have given you the labels of. It's actually time for you to just be who you are. And when you become who you are, you will find more of a peace within your soul. You'll feel at ease. You'll feel like all worries are gone. It may be a new feeling, okay? You won't have that voice that's telling you, oh my gosh, worry. Like, you're just gonna feel like life is complete. We have the Seven of Pentacles here. You're going to feel that life is complete. The energy that you're giving to your spiritual self is the energy that you will come into, okay? So we're no longer thinking in the past. We're now thinking in the future. We're thinking for the future. We're thinking today. We're thinking the way that we want to live our lives for tomorrow. You get me? So our mental diets are very important at this moment. What you are feeding yourself spiritually is what you will eat tomorrow. What you prepare today is what you will eat tomorrow, okay? What you are preparing for today is what you will eat tomorrow. So it's important to stay strong, stay rooted in your spirituality, okay? Stay rooted in happiness. Stay rooted in faith. No matter how much the world can change, no matter how much things seem to be going to chaos, stay rooted in faith. Stay rooted in your truth. Stay rooted in happiness, and you will maintain that happiness. Nothing will stop you from being happy, okay? So we have the Emperor. You are definitely moving in the direction of directing your own life. You are taking control. You are moving yourself forward. You hold the power to your fate and your future, okay? Some people like to surrender and say that God has the plan, the universe has the plan. Yes, God does have the plan, the universe does have the plan. You are a divine part for that plan, and you are God embodied, okay? So it's time to get in tune with your inner God, your inner goddess, and move like the emperor that you are, okay? This means being more in command of your own energy, taking your power back, controlling your daily life, really staying authentic and not allowing yourself to be swayed by words, by phrases, by just stuff that people say off the wall where you're like, you know what? That used to bother me. That used to bother me, yeah. But it doesn't anymore. I know me. I know who I am. I know what I want. I know what I am moving towards. It rolls off the back of my back. And I just realized that the Emperor is actually sitting on the moon. So this is letting me know that you're about to be in emotional control like you've never been before, okay? You're not letting things penetrate your bubble, okay? You're not letting things penetrate your aura, okay? It's time to be in balance with your chakras. That means meditation. That means crystal meditation as well. That means eating the proper foods as well. There's, oh, okay, so these two cards wanted to come out, Justice card and the Queen of Wands. So there are people who were trying to get to you, or things that have been trying to get to you, whether those are opposing forces, or negative pendulums, okay? If for all of my people who know about reality transurfing, if there are negative pendulums that seem to come at the times where you're the happiest, or you feel the luckiest, or good things happen to you, those negative pendulums or negative outcomes that seem to follow those good moments, they're about to receive their karma. Wherever the source was, they're going to receive their karma. You're about to receive the justice, okay? So if there's been something that has been feeling like it's blocking you, and it feels like it's coming from an outside source, they're about to receive their karma, okay? You won't even have to worry about it, and you're going to be regaining your strength and your power back. You're about to gain your magic, okay? You're about to sit on your throne as the Queen of Wands, and your passion for self-love, self-care is about to be ignited again, okay? And for those of you who have been giving, and feeling like, oh my gosh, I've been lighting everyone else's flame, I have not had anyone to light my own flame or to make me feel great about myself, your justice is coming, okay? Remember this. No matter how many times one flame lights a flame, it doesn't lose its power, okay? The only person that can blow out your flame is you. And from what it looks like, we're not letting that happen anymore. You're not letting that happen anymore. It's just, it's what it is. You're the emperor. You're not going to allow people to blow your flame out anymore. There is another level of strength that you have not experienced yet, that you are about to experience. And this is the forever thing. It doesn't just feel like it's a phase or anything. There's a strength coming about that you deserve to have, okay? There's a stability that you deserve to have, and the universe has been watching you come up with that. Yeah, no one's going to penetrate your bubble. No one's going to penetrate your bubble. No one's going to knock you off of your path anymore, okay? We have the Seven of Wands, and I'm just looking at how protected this person is. This person is protected. They're living their life. They're living from their solar plexus. That is their true expression. This is drawing me to the soul retrieval card. They're living their true expression. They are living their true expression. They are creating their life. They are creating their reality. Okay, the universe wanted me to share this. Just like the world is protected by a dome. Well, it's not really a dome, it's a sphere. But just like Earth has its stratosphere, its atmosphere that protects it from the cosmos, you also have that geometry and that sacred geometry within your life, whether it's your Merkaba, whether you prefer a sphere of light that protects you. It's protecting you. Whatever practices you've been doing to protect you, whether you call on your angels, whether you call on Jesus, whether you call on Christ consciousness, Buddha, your practices, your beliefs, and your dedication is what is protecting you from all of these influences, all of these things that want to poke at you, that want to take fun out of what you're doing or who you are. Your bubble is way more strong than you are perceiving at this moment, but the more you live for yourself, the more you stay true, the more you stay true and stay in your power, the stronger you become, okay? Okay. We have the Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords. Your divine communication is on point, okay? Right now, when I'm looking at this, I just see stairway to heaven, stairway to heaven. you might be at a higher density collective. You might be at a higher density than you think, okay? And what I mean by at a higher density than you think is that you might be more awakened than you're giving yourself credit for. You might actually already be ascended in the 4D and in the 5D. You might already have pieces of enlightenment coming through. It's time for you to get connected with God. Prayer and meditation is going to be very important for you. And you need prayer and meditation like you need air, collective. For you, your divine communication with God is what creates your reality. So we might have people here who are literally prophets, prophetess, preachers, priests. We might have people who speak it into existence here. You might be a visionary or visionary. You might be a psychic. We might have people who you're moving from mediumship into enlightenment or a different level of spirituality with your gifts. It is important for you to stay connected to God, okay? Stay connected to Source. Stay connected to your higher self. That is going to level you up, okay? Yeah, you're divinely connected here. For some of you, and I'm being drawn to these equations, which I really have not really noticed these equations before. Some of you might want to pursue a career as a mathematician or a math teacher. Some of you might want to get into sacred geometry to understand the geometry of the world. Right here I see the Fibonacci sequence with this staircase. But yeah, nature may be speaking to you and God may be speaking to you through nature and mathematics, okay? And for some of you, pay attention to those numerical synchronicities, okay? And collective, it's important for you to establish, look at this strength card. I told you guys, there's a level of strength coming. It may be important for you to establish with the universe actual codes for yourself, where it's like, okay, when the universe shows me 333, I know that my guides are trying to tell me this. So for some of you, you may be receiving those messages through numbers. So pay attention to those numbers that are coming through for you. I'm gonna pull some Archangel Michael cards. There is another level of strength coming, okay? There is another level of strength coming for you. There's always this saying in the spiritual community and from any reader that when the message is good, boy, when I tell you when the message is good, things will happen that does not want you to receive this message. So my camera cut out, but no worries here. I'm gonna continue with the message from where my camera dropped off on the message. Okay. This message was so juicy. It was so juicy. Oh goodness. It was really, really juicy. Alright. And after that, it was so juicy. So it's time to get back into your connection. You are very divine beings. You are visionaries. You are people who are truly of divine nature, and it's so easy for you to be close to God. You are earth angels. You have generous spirits. You have really big hearts. You love to give, and you love to receive as well. You are about to start receiving messages through your dreams. So please pay attention to your dreams. Take notes of your dreams. Any signs and synchronicities that you find in your dreams at this time is very important, okay? After that, we had the have confidence and be gentle with yourself. Okay, so one thing that is important when it comes to you creating your reality and being the person that you truly are being is to understand that you are not lying to yourself. You're not faking it until you make it. You are not being one of these people who are just like, oh, I'm not really who I say I am. You are a person that is willing to manifest. Okay, my collective, when I say it, manifesting, I'm not saying I'm gonna lie to myself until I have it. I'm saying that you need to deprogram past beliefs, past traumas, past programming that didn't help you. Actually, they didn't help you, so that you can be gentle with yourself. It's time to reduce the resistance. It's time to reduce the resistance and be gentle with yourself, and trust and believe that you have the power of prayer, that your words actually do bring forth reality. Okay, it's time for you to recognize that when you give, and when you can give, you can give through prayer and just wishing people well. It's more powerful than you think. Okay, it's time to detach from situations and take your time making decisions. Okay, detaching from situations and taking your time making your decisions. So one thing that the universe wants you to do is to not get too riled up at the problems of the world. Okay, I know how light workers are, how people who have people who have generous spirits, I know how we are. We tend to give impulsively because we feel called to do so. We like to sacrifice sometimes. We like to do more than we actually can. Um, we prioritize the problems, okay? And we want to solve those, right? And it causes us to be a little bit impulsive with what we have and what we are capable of doing. The universe wants you to realize that it is not your responsibility to always solve the world's problems, okay? I understand how it feels to want to be a hero, to want to save the world. I understand it completely. I wish there were no problems in the world, okay? I wish that everyone could have heaven on earth. But I am not in control of that. And I can do what I can do. But one thing that I can't do is overgive and overextend myself, because when I give impulsively and give more than I have, I lose out on my blessings. So the universe is wanting you to be patient and experience your blessings and be happy with the blessings that you have. Really allow yourself to experience life being fulfilled and being happy, okay? And remember that even if there are downfalls or you see people going through stuff, God is still in charge of them, okay? The universe still has a plan for them. The universe still has a plan for these people. They're on their own journeys. You can do what you can do. You can send good energy. You can send prayers. But it is up to the person to connect to God through their own journey, okay? Sometimes we want to intervene. Sometimes we want to solve something. Sometimes we want to ease someone else's strife. So much so that it causes us to not be able to enjoy our own blessings, okay? And I totally get it. I get it. It's like, how can I enjoy having all of these luxuries when I know that there's a person out there who literally has nothing, okay? I can do what I can do. I can give where I can give. You can do what you can do. You can give where you can give. But ultimately, God is in charge. They will receive their blessings. They will receive their blessings whether it is your hand or whether it is not your hand, okay? So you have to be authentic to who you are. You have to stay true to your message. You have to stay true to your journey, okay? God has it, okay? God's taking care of everything. The universe is taking care of everything. So even if you feel obligated to do things, when you can, fine. If you can, fine. But if you can't, please don't beat yourself up. Please don't beat yourself up. Please don't take on the burden of not being capable or able. It is not your fault, okay? Your blessings are your blessings for a reason. Some people are going through their own journeys for their own reasons, okay? And it's understandable, but some people have to, play out their own lifelines, and we cannot control those kind of things. So God doesn't want you to beat yourself up over those things. The universe doesn't want you to beat yourself up over those things, okay? All right. Y'all, this message though. I love that I can create abundance in my life. I love that I can create abundance in my life. I love that I can create abundance in my life. So the universe wants you to realize that, yes, you are creating your reality. Yes, you have an abundance that you can create in your reality. It is time to acknowledge your power of creativity. You have the creator within your DNA. You have these higher functionalities for a reason. You are allowed to manifest heaven on earth as you so please. There is a reason why when we align with what truly speaks to us, we receive what truly speaks to us, okay? We attract what we are. And if you create the abundance that you actually want to have within yourself, in your internal world, you will have it in your external world, okay? When you choose to have an abundance, you will have an abundance. So it's now time to be open to receiving more than you have ever received before. So ask and you shall receive. Believe and you shall achieve. Believe and you shall receive, okay? If you believe that you can have a $50,000 salary a year, then you will have it. But remember, because that's what you're asking for, that's what you will receive. If you are looking to have that $1 million lifestyle, ask and you shall receive, okay? Let it happen, okay? If you are looking for the billionaire lifestyle, the trillionaire lifestyle, no one is to say that you shall not have it. No one is to tell you that it's not going to be yours, because guess what? It is your life, not anyone else's life. What if Elon Musk didn't listen? Well, what if he did listen to anybody else who told him he was a failure or he'd never be anything? He wouldn't be Elon Musk. He wouldn't be who he is. What if Oprah let everything that happened to her stop her from her greatness? She wouldn't be Oprah. Who in the world is going to stop you? No one should be able to stop you. Okay, so be open to receive more than you have ever before. Okay, if you have programming and limiting beliefs that are telling you that you wouldn't know what to do with $1 million, you don't know, and blah 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 blah, all these lack ideas that make you feel negative about receiving more. If you have those things, you have those beliefs, you have those programs running, it's time to end them, okay? We're burying the old and coming into the new, okay? So be open to receiving more than you ever have before. Ask and you shall receive, okay? So now we have the card. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I am fulfilled. So every thought that we have, because we are of divine nature and we are at the next level of creatorhood, we're ascending into our abilities of creation, and I want to say like we'll be able to manifest a lot faster. We're going to have to start thinking from a place of fulfillment. We're going to have to start living in the place of gratitude and being happy for everything that we have, okay? Being happy for the things that happened for us, being happy for the things that did not happen for us, because some of those things that we would not like to happen, we probably should be grateful that anything that we didn't want to happen didn't happen, okay? So be grateful for the things that have happened. Be grateful for the things that didn't happen. Be grateful for the things that were taken out of your life. Be thankful for the things that are put into your life, okay? It's time to live from a state of fulfillment so that today when you are fulfilled, you can be fulfilled tomorrow, okay? We're shaping our future right now in this present moment. That is why it is important for you to not give into the struggle. It is important for you to not feed these paradigms of struggle, defeat, anxiety, lack, despair. It is important for you to feed the paradigms of happiness, fulfillment, miracles, okay? healing, happiness, cure, okay? It is time to move towards a better future so that we can increase our vibration, so that we can bring heaven to earth, so that we can recognize the beauty that is in front of us every single day, okay? New arrivals, expect something new to happen, okay? So it's not natural for us to live in this world where we're fight and flight, especially at the level that we are at right now. As human beings, we shall not be critically thinking to the point that we are constantly pumping adrenaline and cortisol through our bodies with needless and incessant worrying. Why are we worrying so much over things that can easily be solved? Why are we worrying over things that don't exist, imaginings that don't exist, let alone things that bring us down? We should be expecting good things to happen. We should live in a world where we can fantasize and dream about all of these beautiful things happening to us, because that's our true nature. That's who we are. That's what we're born as. It is not until we're nurtured to worry and think critically by social programming. It's not until we're programmed that way that we think that way. We're taught to be separate. We're taught to separate ourselves from God. We're taught to separate ourselves from creating a beautiful life. We're taught that our dreams are so big and it's too ambitious and it won't happen. We're taught to look at the pros and the cons of things. We're taught to look at how it can fail, how it can go wrong. We're taught to prepare for the worst. But I promise you, when you start to prepare for the best, when you start to expect the best, it starts to happen, okay? All it takes is the faith of a mustard seed, right? All it takes is the faith of a mustard seed. And if you're into Abraham Hicks at all, she has this amazing lesson and amazing practice that she talks about with the 17-second rule, where if you imagine something good happening to yourself for 17 seconds, you manifest it. But if you can do it for 68 seconds, then you move mountains, okay? We are literally God embodied. There is zero reason as to why we cannot create heaven on earth for ourselves and live in paradise with peace and love permeating through all parts of our existence, okay? So we need to start expecting something new to happen. We need to stop feeding into the news. We need to stop feeding into these pendulums that want to bring us down and pin us down into these negative feelings and lower vibrations. We are more than low vibrations. We have this consciousness that is all expansive and all encompassing for a reason. And collective, I actually just want to acknowledge that about you, okay? We're beyond this ego-driven, fear-based society that was once our reality. We're breaking past that. We're no longer giving that power, okay? Look again, focus on what's important. What is important is the happiness that we were meant to create in our lives. That is our purpose, okay? Our purpose is the most important thing. It is time to look at the innocence that we were born with. The innocence that said, I want to be this when I grow up. I want to be that when I grow up. That innocence that ignited our being and our existence. It's time to focus on that, because that is our guiding factor. That is the code that we were born with. That is what is important. You cannot expect a person to be something that they are not. Okay? It's like trying to bake a cake with the recipe of an omelet. You're telling me that I'm gonna make this cake with the omelet recipe? Doesn't make any sense, right? It doesn't make any sense at all. What's important is that we recognize the cake as being a cake and bake the cake as a cake would be baked, and we recognize the omelet as the omelet, and we make the omelet as you would make an omelet, okay? So it's now time to deprogram from all of these ideas that would make you conform to something that you actually are not. It is time to remove those paradigms, remove those pendulums, remove those blockages, programs, and limitations, and be who you truly are. Because there is nothing more satisfying than actually being prosperous by being who you truly are. We can't lie to ourselves here. When you lie, when you are inauthentic in any form, you tack on karmic debt, okay? It's going to be felt somewhere, okay? So there's no sense of lying, there's no faking it till you make it. It's all about being who you truly are. So there are people who wanted to be famous, and they've always known that they wanted to be famous by any means necessary. And what do? They stay steadfast in their journey and they become who they wanted to be. Then there are people who have these wants, who were told by their parents, society, their culture, this is not the right way for you, be a doctor. You know what they go through? They go through living a life filled with resistance, being dissatisfied, and lying to themselves that they would be happy with a career that everyone else told them that they would be good in or that would be beneficial to them. It's no point to do that. Your life is your life for a reason. You were given your body for a reason. Your spirit incarnated into your body for a reason, okay? So focus on what's important. Focus on what's important. Look again, okay? It's time to unveil the shield. Unveil the veil. It's time to get real. It's time to open your eyes. It's time to live in the divine perception that you actually were given, okay? And then we have the I am aligned with my higher conscious. I am embodying my true identity. We are not going to be living in a place of inauthenticity. We are not going to be trying to be something that we are not. We're letting go of external influences. We are letting go of forces that want to push and pull us in ways that we are not meant to be molded and shaped, okay? It is now time for you to realize that you are of higher conscious. And with your higher conscious, you are responsible for cultivating a life that is in harmony with who you actually are. This means you will no longer be giving into addictions to lower vibration activities, addictions to substances, when you know that you are above that, when you know that there's something better for you. You have to do better when you know better, okay? And your higher conscious will not tolerate you being lower than what you actually are. You have a higher nature for a reason. You have divine nature for a reason. Okay, and it is now time for you to realize that when you open up to the resources that will help you align with your higher self, you will receive it, okay? You will receive everything that you need. The universe is here to support you. The world is here to support you. We're taught that the world is against us. That is not the nature. I remember being a kid and feeling like the world's all right with me. Everything's okay. Then I remember that changing when I heard someone else with anxiety and it felt like the world was ending. Then I'm like, oh my gosh, wait, is the world ending? Because like I felt great for the last, I guess, like 5 years of my life. I felt amazing. But now I feel like the world's ending. Is the world ending? And then I realized like that programming was so emotionally riveting that I believed that the world was ending, and all I was receiving was news that the world was ending. And for a while, I had this willpower within me that said, there's no way that the world's ending. There's no way, there's no way, there's no way. And it took me a while to deprogram those limiting beliefs and those scary beliefs. Okay, so once again, the camera cut out, but at this point, I was explaining how I felt drawn to believe that the world was ending, and that led to a bunch of anxiety, which I later deprogrammed so that I can live within peace within my internal state. I also had one more message for you, collective. It was to not worry about the how, okay? The universe doesn't want you to worry about how you will receive everything that you desire, the resources that you need, the luxuries that you aspire to have. You are not to worry about the how. You are just to visualize having it and experiencing it and being grateful for everything that you have now. And that is all that I had to share with you. So sorry about the video cutting out. But if you like this kind of content, any of my timeless messages, go check out the other ones. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Like, comment, and subscribe. And you know how I feel. Stay happy and healthy. Mwah. Peace out.